Okay. We start where we always start. Finding that nice comfortable seated position, whatever it is looking like for you today. Get out the wiggles. Find your spot. And when you got it, go ahead and close your eyes. And you're just going to focus in on your breathing. Nice deep breaths in and out through your nose. Noticing what is moving when you breathe. Let's give those deep breaths a little more room. As you inhale, reach your arms up, lift your ribs away from your hips, get a little taller. And exhale, hands back into your lap. Again, nice deep breath in. Reach up, lift up, get tall. And exhale. Hands back in your lap. Keep taking those deep breaths. Let's circle your torso around. Checking in with those circles. Checking in with your lower back. Seeing how this is feeling today. And circle around the other way. Come back to center. Open your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach up. Exhale and bow forward. Reaching forward along the floor just as far as you feel like going today. And then breathe across your back. Let your back open up with every inhale. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, stay tall. Exhale and twist. Deep breaths right into the center of your body. Feel your abdomen expand. And inhale up. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall, and exhale over to one side. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaches over. Taking those deep breaths right into your rib cage, let it expand. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll that top shoulder down towards the floor. Oh yeah, feel that stretch move into your back. Let your breath follow it. Inhale up, reach up, lift up, get tall. Exhale, up, out, and over to the other side. Top shoulder rolls back, top arm reaches over. Feel that rib cage expand as you inhale. Keep reaching, keep breathing. Roll that shoulder down towards the floor. Feel that stretch move in towards your back. Let your breath follow. And inhale up. Exhale, reach forward and round back, separating your shoulder blades. Tucking your chin, tucking your tailbone, and then inhale, open up, breathing right into your chest. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hands back into your lap, close your eyes, focus in on those deep breaths, letting everything expand at the same time. All right. Ooh, good stuff. Come on up to all fours. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. And when you're putting your hands down, go fingertips, then that first big set of knuckles, then your palms, balancing your weight a little more evenly. If your wrists are still talking to you, then you can always move your hands a little forward or make fists and balance yourself up on your knuckles. Alrighty. We are working core today, so we start with our extreme exhale. Starting with that forceful exhale, blowing out as much air as you can in that one big exhale, and then keep pushing. Keep pushing with those strong abdominal muscles, pushing out every last little drop of air till you can't push anymore, and then just relax. Whew, and you'll take a big deep breath in. Everybody's working at their own pace. You just keep going. We're going to do a bunch of these. Keep it going and check in with those shoulders. Make sure you're not falling down over your arms. Keep a slight protraction. Keep your head in line with your spine. And as you get to those last little shreds of air, it's going to be really tempting to tuck your tailbone and really arch through your back. But see if you can stay long and think of reaching your ribs and your hips in opposite directions. Everyone do one more. And then sit back. Whew. Oh, that was a lot. Now let's get a little wrist break. All right. Fired up that transverse abdominis. Nice job. Come on back to all fours. We're going to isolate those shoulders. So use these strong muscles you just woke up to keep your spine neutral, keep your hips neutral, and we start with protract and retract. Pushing the floor away, separating your shoulder blades. Retract, squeezing them together. Go for your fullest range of motion. But when you go into protract, resist the temptation to also flex your spine. When you go into retract, resist the temptation to also flex your hips. It's so subtle. It's just a tiny move, but it'll make a big difference. Protract, all shoulders. Retract, all shoulders. And then come back to center and go elevate and depress. Shoulders up towards your ears, shoulder blades back towards your hips. Elevate's easy. Depress not so much. So remember, When you find that set of muscles that's doing that job, give them a little extra flex. Flex that depress. All right, back to center. Let's take a quick little wrist break. And then we're going to put it all together, a little cat and cow. Take a nice deep breath in, retract and depress your shoulders, tilt your hips, scoop your chest, look up. Exhale, protract and elevate, tuck your tailbone, tuck your chin. Inhale, retract, depress, tilt, look up. Exhale, protract, elevate, tuck and round. Keep it going at your own pace. Follow your own breathing. Couple more deep breaths in. And when you're ready, exhale into neutral spine. Let's take another wrist break. Alrighty. Final thing, in our all fours position, we're going to go into our spinal balance. So reach your right leg back, toes rest on the floor, engage your quads, make them nice and strong, engage those glutes, give them a good squeeze, engage your adductors to keep your right thigh kind of squeezing in towards your left thigh. Shift your weight over into that right arm, pushing the floor away, a little protraction through your shoulder, reach that left arm forward, right at shoulder height, find your balance. And lift that right leg. And make absolutely sure that when you lift that right leg, you're not turning your knee and your hip out. Keep that knee pointed at the floor, keep your right hip square. Reach as you inhale, get as long as you can, and then exhale and curl elbow towards knee. Go for stability first, then we'll play around with the depth a little bit. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. If you've got your stability, try going a little deeper. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. 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 Inhale, reach and hold it. Reaching, stretching, breathing deeply, and then bring it down. And we switch. Left leg goes back, toes on the floor, squeeze your glutes, engage your quads, make that leg long and strong. Shift over into your left arm, pushing the floor away. Right arm forward, find your balance. Lift that left leg up, keeping your knee pointed at the floor, keeping your hip pointed at the floor. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, curl. Go for stability first. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Maybe go a little deeper. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. 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 Inhale, reach, hold it there, breathing deeply, reaching, stretching, and then release it down. Woo. All right, let's take another little wrist break. Interlace your fingers just gently. Circle around. Ooh, all right. Back to all fours, and we're gonna take it back into our down dog. Knees under hips, plant those palms, turn your toes under, take a nice deep breath in, and push and pull back. Checking in with your hamstrings. If you need to, bend your knees right from the start. Press your chest back towards your knees. You want your head between your biceps. Let's open up hamstrings, open up calves. Walk this dog, keeping your hips square. Check in with those shoulders for a second. You want them retracted and slightly elevated, so they're sliding up towards your head or down towards your head. You can start your hips moving up and down, side to side if you like. Feeling that stretch, move around. Get those joints lubed up. Hips, knees, ankles, toes. And even yourself out. Bend your knees evenly. Coming up onto the balls of your feet. Scoop your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Get that feeling of a scoop. Even if you don't see one, that's okay. Get that feeling of a scoop. Check in with those shoulders, because as we deepen the stretch for the hamstrings, or we try to anyway, you might find yourself shifting forward into those hands. Pull back. Press your chest towards your knees. Elevate those shoulders a little bit. Now keep that scoop and start to press knees back and heels down. Just going as far as you can without losing that feeling of a scoop. Keep breathing. And walk your feet up to your hands. Take a deep breath in, reach all the way up. Arms come down. Mountain pose. Find that mountain pose. Feet are together or hip distance or anywhere in between. Take a second to balance your weight evenly, front to back, side to side. And once you've got that balance, and start to focus on those deep breaths, breathing in, up the front of your body, lifting up on your quads, belly button in and up, sternum lifts up. As you exhale, you're breathing out, down the back of your body, shoulders back and down, tailbone points down towards the floor. All right, let's add on a little bit. Nice deep breath in, reach up. Get a little taller in the center of your body, ribs away from hips. Staying tall, exhale, right back into your mountain pose. Again, inhale, reach up. Exhale, stay tall. Inhale up. Exhale down. Adding on, inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down, hinging at your hips, bending at your knees, stomach to thighs, chest to knees. Tuck your cheeks in towards your shins. Reach the crown of your head down towards the tops of your feet. And remember, your forward fold might not look like this. That's okay. Your forward fold might be here. As long as you've got that support for your back, then you can start focusing on rounding. And then inhale into a half lift. Main focus, just lengthening that spine. Keep your knees as bent as they need to be. And again, you might be up here. As long as your forward fold is round and your half lift is long, you're getting what you need out of it. Let's release back down into that forward fold. And then bend your knees, reverse swan dive, coming up with that long spine all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive down. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. We're going to add on the vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Nice deep breath. Hands down right under your shoulders and step it back into plank. Slight protraction through your shoulder blades. Tuck ribs and hips together. Take another deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Chaturanga. Elbows go straight back, chest and chin hover above the floor. Inhale, scoop forward and up into up dog. Shoulders are back and down. Turn your toes under. Let's push and pull back into down dog. Inhale back into plank. Great modification if you need it. Bring your knees down. Exhale, chaturanga. Same thing. Keep your knees down. Inhale, scoop it up. You can also do baby cobra instead of that up dog, leaving your rib cage on the floor. Exhale, you can do down dog or child pose. Yes, those modifications are fantastic. They are all easier on wrists, elbows, shoulders, and lower back without sacrificing the mobility and the strength that you get from the flow. So here we go. Let's do that again. Plank on your knees or on your toes. Exhale, chaturanga, knees or toes. Inhale, scoop it up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it back, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive all the way back up. Reach up at the top and exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step back plank. On your knees or on your toes, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, down dog or child pose. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain pose. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift. Hands down, step back plank, go through your vinyasa. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up, reach up at the top. Exhale, mountain. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale, half lift, big deep breath. Hands come down, step back plank, go through your vinyasa. Inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way back up. Reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Alrighty. We're gonna add on a couple of hip openers today. Take a nice deep breath in, reach up. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, half lift, hands down, step back plank, go through your vinyasa. From your down dog, take a nice deep breath in, and step that right foot all the way up between your hands. Left knee comes down. We're gonna go into our low lunge today. So knee is over ankle on the right. That left knee is wherever you want it to be to open up that left hip. So because we're working on strengthening glutes today, we gotta make sure to open up those hips first. So pull that left knee back just as far as you feel like going. And then we're starting with that nice passive stretch. Just breathing deeply. As you inhale, let your abdomen expand. You're gonna feel that open up the stretch. And then as you exhale, just release down towards the floor a little bit. Let's make it a little more active. Turn your toes under. Take a deep breath in. Prepare yourself and then push that heel back. Keeping your hips low. So even if that knee doesn't come up off the floor, that is a-okay. If your hips come up, you're actually closing down the stretch a little bit for that left hip, kind of defeating the purpose. So keep your hips low. Just engage those quads to push that heel back and you will feel that stretch. Yeehaw. Keep breathing. And then set your knee back down. Woo, relax. Bring your right hand to the inside of your left foot. Walk that left foot out to the side. And we're going for that deep flexion in the right hip. So wiggle around until you feel like you can get a little deeper into that right hip. If it feels good to bring your elbows down, great, go for it. If it feels good to roll out onto the outside edge of your right foot, you can do that. Just kind of depends on how your hips are built, if that feels good. So if it feels good, do it. If it doesn't, don't even worry about it. You're still getting a stretch, I promise. And then slowly press yourself back up. Slowly closing down that stretch for your left hip. Right leg comes back. Plant your hands. Inhale back into plank. And go through your vinyasa. And we're stepping that left foot forward all the way up between your hands, dropping that right knee down. Whew. pulling it back just as far as you feel like going today. Knee over ankle on the left. Starting first with those nice deep breaths. Inhale, let your abdomen expand. Exhale, and just relax down a little more. Alrighty, we're going to make this a little more active. Woo, turn your toes under. Take a deep breath in. Press that heel back. Keep your hips low. Keep them low. Keep them low. Just engage your quads to push that heel back. And it will change the stretch for you, whether or not your knee actually comes up off the floor. And then bring your knee back down. Woo! All right, hands to the inside of that left foot. Walk your left foot out towards the edge of your mat. Wiggle around a little bit, getting that nice, deeply flexed position for that left hip. And then if it feels good, you can bring your elbows down. If it feels good, rock out onto the outside edge of that left foot. Just whatever is working for your hips today. And always breathing deeply. And then slowly come back. Whew, yes. All right, let's inhale back into plank. Go through your vinyasa. From down dog, inhale, feet to hands, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way back up, reach up at the top. And exhale, mountain pose. Ooh. All right. So, next, we're going to take it down to the floor. Come on all the way down. No ceremony, nothing special, nothing fancy. Just come on down to the floor. All the way down. I'm going to take a 90-second break because I just realized I'm incredibly well hydrated, and we're going to be laying on our stomach for a little while, so I need a pee break. Be right back. Much obliged. Where were we? Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, that's definitely better. At least we're not doing floor bow today. Floor bow is always the posture where it's like, oh gosh, really should have peed before class. Anyway, I digress. So we are going to combine seal pose and plank pose. We're going to alternate between the two. So we're hitting that posterior chain, we're hitting your glutes with seal pose, and then we're going to pop it up into a low plank today. So we're going to be on our elbows instead of on our wrists. So that should feel pretty nice. So we're going to combine those two. So first, let's find that awesome seal pose. So squeeze your knees together, point your toes, ankles are squeezing towards one another, so we are really working those adductors, those inner thighs. Shoulders back and down, arms reaching back along your sides. Take a nice deep breath in and then squeeze your butt to push your hips down. That's the main part of this move. Everything is lifting up, but you're really squeezing your glutes to push your hips down. And then check in, make sure your knees and your ankles aren't trying to come apart because they're really going to want to. Squeeze them together, really work those adductors as you work your glutes. And then release it down, bring your elbows down onto your shoulders, turn your toes under, tuck, and lift up into your low plank. For this low plank, you're still pushing the floor away, still getting that protraction through your shoulders, and definitely get that tuck between your ribs and your hips. Your glutes are going to help out a little bit. That's sort of a tailbone tuck move. Your glutes do that. But mostly it's those abs, pulling hips and ribs together. Lower it down and come back into seal. Keep breathing. And then bring your elbows down. And let's bring it back up into plank. And then lower it down. Back up into seal. Shoulders back and down. Knees and ankles squeezing towards one another. Elbows down, right under your shoulders. Let's bring it back up into that plank. And of course you can do this plank on your knees or on your toes, either one. Now bring it down, back into seal. Shoulders back and down, squeezing those knees together, reaching your toes back, squeezing your butt to push your hips down towards the floor. And then bring your elbows down. Let's bring it back up into plank. Ribs and hips squeezing towards one another as if you're trying to flatten out that little curve in your lower back. Or imagine you're trying to pull your toes and your elbows towards one another using your abdominal muscles. Whew. And then bring it down. And it's time for seal. Elbows down, back up into plank. Keep breathing. Come on down, we're gonna do one more of each. Find that seal pose, shoulders back and down, reaching back, squeeze your knees, ankles, toes, all towards one another. Squeeze your glutes, pushing your hips down, keep breathing. then elbows down. Woo! And let's come on back up into that plank. Push the floor away with your elbows. Get that little tuck. Breathe. Knees come down, sit it back, child pose. All right. Come on around into a seated position. We've got another combo. So we're going to start with hollow position, and then we're going to alternate between hollow and bridge. That's where we're going to start. And then if you want to add a little bit more for your shoulders, get a little shoulder strength and mobility in there, you can go from hollow into crab. It would have to be full crab to still hit your glutes the way bridge does. So bridge, maybe into full crab, and maybe into a reverse plank, which I'll show you. But first, we start with our hollow position. So rock it back. Knees directly above your hips, 90-degree angle bend. And if you want to, go ahead and grab behind your knees to kind of help you get into that position. Shoulder blades curling up off the floor. Your head is back. And then chin is tucked right into your collarbones. Shoulders back and down, and arms reach down by your sides. So ribs and hips are squeezing towards one another, and you are pressing your lower back down towards the floor. Press it a little more. Imagine you're trying to lift your knees higher to the ceiling using your core. Tuck your chin in towards your collarbone. Crown of your head reaching up towards the ceiling, pulling those shoulder blades up a little higher. And then bring your feet down right under your knees. Head comes back, shoulders flatten to the floor, arms by your sides. Squeeze your butt, and you're going to lift up into your bridge. Knees stay pointing forward, right up in front of your hips. And remember that you're not just lifting your hips up with your glutes, you're also thinking of pushing your sternum towards your chin. And that's going to give you a better arch through that thoracic spine. It's going to make your glutes work a little harder, but that's okay because that's order of our focuses today. And then bring it down, and let's come back into hollow. Find your hollow pose, tucking your chin in towards your collarbones. And remember, if this is just tough on your neck, hands behind your head, and just let your fingertips rest, or let your head rest in your fingertips. And it's like you're using your fingertips to tuck that chin a little tighter. Because this position here works some different muscles than you might be used to. They're important muscles to work for your posture. But, it's just like working any muscle. Let's bring those feet back down, right underneath your knees, about hip distance. Flatten your shoulder blades into the floor. Tuck that chin in a little bit. Squeeze your butt to lift your hips up first. And then if you want to go a little deeper, think of pushing sternum to chin. And then release it down. Ooh, Let's come back to hollow. Find your hollow pose. Now you can do bridge, you can keep yourself working through the bridge. If you want to get more for your shoulders, you're gonna do full crab. So remember that one is here, pushing the floor away with your arms, really opening through that chest and squeezing your glutes like crazy to get your hips up, knees in front of hips. So this is an option for you. You're still working your glutes really hard, but you're working your shoulders and your arms a little harder. So bridge pose isn't gonna work shoulders and arms so much, at least not the way we're doing it today, but full crab will. So it's just an option if you want it. Okay, let's rock it back into hollow. And if you like, you can always alternate between the two because they are working your glutes in slightly different ways. You can feel that difference. All right, you're either going back into bridge or you're coming up into full crab. Lower down, come back to hollow. Either going back into bridge or into full crab, or if you want to try reverse plank, you can. You can point your fingers either back behind you or towards your hips. Feet are actually going to be together on this, and you're lifting up. You're going for a straight line from shoulders to your feet. So a little tougher on the shoulders, more work happening than in full crab, really working glutes and inner thighs on this one. And then bring it down into hollow. Phew. Okay, so that's a little more than I want to do today. And come on back into your hollow position. So you've got your choice: bridge, full crab, or reverse plank. All right, bring it down. Your choice. Work your glutes. And release it down, come back to hollow. And change it up. You're either going to bridge, full crab, or reverse plank. Release it back to hollow. We're going to do one more set. And bring it down. And your choice, bridge, full crab, or a reverse plank. Alrighty, lower those hips down. Pull your knees into your chest and rock side to side. Ooh. We're going to go into reclined pigeon now. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Reach through and pull all of that in. Nice deep breaths. And release that and switch. Left ankle over right knee. Ooh, yes. And pull in. And release that. Extend your left leg out along the floor. Pull that right knee across your body for your spine twist. Once you got that leg where you want it, shimmy those shoulder blades underneath you till they're flat on the floor. Reach your right arm out, turn your head right on top of your spine, just swivel it. Remember, you're swiveling if you mess up your hair. And pull it back to the center. Extend your right leg out and cross your left knee over your body. Coming into that twist, reach your left arm out. Shimmy those shoulder blades till they're flat underneath you, and then just swivel your head right on top of your spine. Look out over that left arm, take deep breaths. pull everything back to center. Rock side to side. Let's take a couple breaths in Shavasana. Take it all the way down. Arms down at your sides, flatten your shoulder blades into the floor. Relax through your legs, let your toes just flop open. Head is still right on top of your spine. Nose pointed at the ceiling. And just take a couple of slow, deep breaths. As you inhale, feel your abdomen rise. As you exhale, let everything get heavy and sink into the floor. Pull your knees into your chest. Roll over to one side. Help yourself up to a seated position. Right where we started. Hands in your lap. And close your eyes for a second. Still taking those deep breaths. And circle your torso around. And this should feel just a little different than when you did it at the very beginning. Let's circle around the other way. Come back to center, open your eyes. All right. Thanks so much for coming today. I hope you feel a little stronger after all that. How could you not? That was a lot of work. Let's take a deep breath in, reach up. Lift up, get tall, palms touch, exhale, hands down to heart center. I appreciate you very, very much. I appreciate your virtual presence here. And I cannot thank you enough for joining me. Whether it's here with me now, right now, live, or if you're joining me later in the day, I hope you're getting as much out of these classes as I am. Have a great rest of your day. And if you have any comments or questions, just leave them for me in the comments. I love looking at them as the day goes by. And I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste. Thanks for being here, y'all. See you at the next one.